everyone. Places. We go live in 1 minute.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Elise Robbins and I'm honored to be your MC for this very special evening. It's been a long week and I can't think of any place I'd rather be than here with you celebrating Northern Westchester Hospital. It's such a pleasure to join the Westchester community for a night that I know will be full of connection, gratitude, and pride. Our program will reflect on the incredible work of Northern Westchester Hospital's healthcare heroes during the first few months of the COVID pandemic. We will also look forward tonight with a focus on the incredible programs and facilities this one-of-a-kind community hospital continues to develop right in your backyard, thanks to your generous support. And of course, a very special welcome to the Northern Westchester Hospital team, many of whom are joining us tonight. I hope that wherever you are, you're feeling all the love and gratitude that is coming your way. We even have a way to raise a glass to one another this evening. Scan the QR code on your screen now to go to our selfie photo booth and say cheers, or cheese. I started you off. Your fun pictures will be shared during our dance party at the end of the night. Now, before we begin, I have one tip for you that will help you make the most of tonight's experience. Make sure you're in full screen mode. Hover your mouse over the bottom of your little movie screen here until you see the full screen option. It looks like a box made of arrows pointing out. Click it, and you'll see everything bigger and better. And now, to kick us off, let's hear from two of Northern Westchester Hospital's greatest supporters and advocates. Chair of the NWH Board of Overseers, Michael Schwartz, and Chair of the NWH Foundation Board, Angela Kessel.
Thank you, Elise, and good evening, everyone. Our gala is always something we look forward to. We enjoy the chance to celebrate our incredible hospital, and the gala gives us a great opportunity to show off a little, share our pride, and to pledge our ongoing support as a community. This year, in so many ways, our gala is more meaningful than ever before. We are in the midst of an historic health crisis, a global pandemic, and our hospital is once again showing us why it is the best of the best and why we are so fortunate to have truly world-class healthcare right here in our own backyard. Tonight we celebrate our hospital. We are going to celebrate our talent, our technology, and most importantly, our heart. You are going to hear from our incredible team of doctors and nurses who will share some of their most poignant memories of those first few weeks of the COVID crisis, that terrible first wave when they were there for all of us. We'll also take a close look at some of the service areas that make Northern Westchester Hospital consistently stand out as a center of excellence. These include our brand new cardiac cath lab, a jewel that is saving lives and performing at even higher levels than we anticipated. Our comprehensive cancer care program, offering the best in surgery, oncology, and access to clinical trials. An orthopedics capability where our team delivers remarkable outcomes and is able to improve life through improved functionality almost immediately. And neurosurgery, advanced surgery that we are able to provide right here in Northern Westchester. I know firsthand the benefits of having outstanding healthcare close to home. Every generation of my family, from my wife and kids to my parents and in-laws, has benefited from this incredibly special hospital, and I'm proud to watch it get better and better. Moreover, as part of Northwell Health, our community has even greater access to forward-thinking, cutting-edge, comprehensive, patient-centered healthcare across the region. So I'm deeply grateful, and I know all of you are too. Hello, Angela. It's great to see you.
Hello, Michael. It's great to be with you all this evening, albeit from our separate locations. I have always felt so strongly that Northern Westchester Hospital is one of our most important assets in our community. And now, as Michael said, because we are in the midst of a pandemic, that fact is clearer than ever before. Having access right where we live to the highest level of care available anywhere, well, it's nothing short of spectacular, and it makes a difference to our lives. I appreciate that we'll be looking toward a bright future tonight. It is fitting because our hospital is leaning into the future on so many fronts. As Michael mentioned, our brand new cardiac cath lab is delivering the world's most technologically advanced care just a few minutes from our homes. Meanwhile, our neurosurgery capability is growing and attracting the nation's top doctors. We're so looking forward to introducing you to Dr. David Gordon, a preeminent New York City neurosurgeon, in one of our video presentations tonight. I know that you'll feel as lucky as I do that he and his family chose to make our community their home. Our community is so special, full of giving and dedicated people and surrounded by natural beauty. We have high standards here, and our hospital exceeds them year after year, thanks to your incredible support.
That's exactly right, Angela. Thank you all for your ongoing support and for being here tonight. On behalf of Angela and the rest of the board, I encourage you to give generously, knowing that our hospital will be here for you and your loved ones during life's greatest challenges and its most memorable moments of joy.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Angela, for that great reminder of what tonight is all about, supporting incredible, world-class care right here in Westchester. Angela and Michael asked you to give generously, and I'm going to tell you how. It's simple. All you need to do is text to pledge. It is the ultimate contactless way to give. It works just like a regular text message, except instead of sending it to a friend, you're sending it to the number you see on the screen, 914-996-4694. Okay, so pull out your phone, start a new text, and send it to 914-996-4694. Then write your message. You're going to type in your name, the amount of your pledge, the bigger the better, and any short message you want to share with us. When you're finished, hit send, and you're done. And this is the really cool part. You'll see your message post here live in the scroll. They're starting to come in already. This is exciting. So while you keep composing those awesome, generous text-to-pledge messages, I want to tell you what's next in our program. Coming up, we have one very special speaker and one very special video presentation. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I think that a short documentary video on something we all care about is worth 1,000,000. The video we will watch together in just a few minutes is unlike anything you've ever seen because it tells the story of a time that has never happened in our lives before this year. It's about Northern Westchester Hospital's healthcare heroes. And it will be introduced by Derek Anderson, Executive Director of Northern Westchester Hospital. Derek, by the way, is in his first year of leadership at Northern Westchester Hospital. And my goodness, what a year. Now, before we share the experience of that very special short documentary, I am delighted to introduce you to a patient with a high profile and high praise for the care she received. Please welcome Northern Westchester Hospital patient and daughter of the greatest, Muhammad Ali, Kalia Ali.
I just wanted to congratulate everyone as you celebrate your gala, especially all of the healthcare heroes. I never felt more welcomed and a part of an incredible community, as I know this is a community hospital, but I am from Philadelphia. However, that made no difference whatsoever. I immediately felt a part of just this most incredible healthcare system and hospital that you have. So as you take a moment and pause and celebrate your healthcare heroes and everything that we've all been through together, I just wanted to salute each and every single staff member, doctor, nurse, just everyone, in food services, janitorial, every single person here at this hospital, because I know it takes a team. And everything that I felt, and I'll say it again, I can't say it enough, this was the most incredible experience I've ever had at a hospital in my life, and sadly I've had quite a few. I just have to tell you, tonight's a very significant night, and I can't imagine how much it means to all of you to celebrate your healthcare heroes and each and every single one of you that make a contribution to this incredible hospital system.
Everyone has heard stories about what it was like to be in Northern Westchester Hospital during the first few weeks of COVID. But it's difficult for any one of us to capture the fullness of that experience. The stories and recollections that you're about to hear from our staff are real. And it is evidence of the tremendous teamwork and caring that this hospital gives every day, but especially during COVID.
In my mind, this was a tidal wave, and we were standing at the beach and we're watching the wave come at us. And it really started to become realistic to me about what we need to do to get ready.
Early on, before any of this ramped up, we activated our command center. Each day brought a different challenge.
First challenge we really had to deal with was just fear. The staff were really scared when this was all kind of impending. They were wondering, is my personal protective equipment going to protect me? Am I going to bring it back to my family and get them sick? Once the patients started rolling in, the staff really put that fear behind them, and they started just treating patients and doing what they needed to do.
Good afternoon to the Northern Westchester Hospital teams and family. I want to say thank you to all of those who are working day and night to keep our patients in this community safe. It is an inspiration to me to see the level of teamwork and collegiality. Whatever comes, I am confident
that this team is the team that will tackle it. We got this.
It really was the beginning of April where things crescendoed.
We went from 2 patients in the ICU to a point where we had 25 patients. So we went max capacity.
As our beds began to fill, our need for nursing resources began to expand, and we had to redeploy multiple staff.
Nurses from all over our hospital showed up in our ICU, and very, very fast were up and running and capable of taking care of incredibly ill patients.
ER doctors and anesthesiologists working in the ICU, gastroenterologists working as hospitalists, neurosurgeons working in the ICU.
Everybody kind of went together to figure out how to take care of these patients. We were FaceTiming families to say goodbye. I can't tell you how heart-wrenching that was. It's even now difficult to talk about.
The lowest moment was when 12 of our team members were ill. That was really devastating to this team, many of whom have been working here for 35, 40 years.
I remember just meeting one of the transporters, and he was such a young kid. He was so young, and I could see the fatigue on his face.
Driving home was tough, you know. It was, most of the time I'd cry on the way home.
We were their only family for so long and the only eyes and ears they had, so it was nice to be able to celebrate them and listen to that song and clap them on their way out.
The good news is that we're now in a recovery mode. So we are seeing fewer patients being admitted to the hospital that are COVID positive, more and more patients being discharged from the hospital. As of this week, we have over 200 lives saved.
I think the reason why we did so well, and I think the reason why we had such great outcomes for our patients, is the culture of Northern Westchester and the teamwork that is a part of the DNA of the entire place.
The anticipation that everybody has of this getting worse again is that underlying fear. I know this time we're going to be ready for it. We've learned a lot of lessons.
Being a Plaintree hospital and patient-centeredness really created strong emotional attachments between the staff and the patient.
The amount of people who were willing to help and put their lives at risk and their families at risk was amazing. It brought us all closer together.
I tell people I got 10 years of experience in about 3 months.
It was special. You know, it's, everyone did everything they could for these patients.
You know, we lost so many battles, but we won some amazing wars, and we just have a lot to be proud of.
Wow, that was such a moving video. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Dwyer, Chair of Emergency Medicine at Northern Westchester Hospital. I'm here with Dr. Marla Caroli, our Chief Medical Officer, and Dr. Rich Stumacher, Chief of Pulmonary and Critical Care. Hello, Marla and Rich.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Rich.
Hey,
So,
Marla.
Rich, As the physician in charge of the ICU, you were really in a very unique position to see all the great teamwork and a lot of the great sacrifices made by everybody working together to take care of patients in a very difficult situation in the first wave. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
You know, Jim, watching this video, I felt an immense amount of not only love for everybody that I work with, but pride in all the work that we did and all the efforts that we had. I think you saw Kelly Smith, who's from Quality, who was mentioning how she would drive home and cry every day. And you mentioned Sherry. You see Sherry Sandell talking about the FaceTime teams. So, you know, that's an example of the teamwork that's going on. We had 4 people. We had Kelly Smith, we had Carrie Oates, we had Morgan Murphy, who did a phenomenal job, surgical tech, Jen Little, a nurse from the OR, who would come to the OR, come to the ICU and take over the FaceTiming between us and the family so that the family members can see their loved ones and try to communicate and try and be with them. And that was an emotional burden that they lifted off our hands at a time where we really needed it most, where we were drowning. And they were that interface for those families in that moment in time. And it was both beautiful and devastating. And that's an example of the teamwork. They lifted that burden literally off of our shoulders and put it onto their shoulders without being asked to do it, without anything special. And it brings me back to so many people who did so many things that were so amazing for our patients and for our staff and for our community.
Yeah, Rich, it's well said. You know, I remember that burden myself in the emergency department when people would come in critically ill, and it was very difficult to communicate with the families. So it's amazing that you had people to provide that kind of support for you. Marla, to you, what do you remember most? What kind of memories did that video bring back for you?
You know, that's a great question, Jim. It just brings back for me all of the emotion of that time period. There was so much fear and anxiety of the unknown, fear for our patients, our families, ourselves, especially early on when we knew so little of what to expect. And then the sadness and grief we felt for our patients and their families and what they were all going through. But what kept me going, as you both mentioned, was the pride I felt when I saw the teams come together throughout Northwell and throughout Northern Westchester, and including both of you, of course, to support one another and work together, doing whatever it took to save so many lives.
Yeah, that's, again, well said, Marla. You know, what kept me going, I think, was really 2 things. Coach Sun was phenomenal. Whenever we would be slugging it out in the emergency department and things were getting hard, all of a sudden you'd hear, "Here comes the sun." And next thing you know, your spirits were lifted back up again. And then the community support was
Carly
absolutely
Dowd, right?
amazing. That was Carly.
Sorry,
Yeah.
thanks to
Carly
Carly
brought that
Dowd, yeah.
That's correct. That's correct. So, Rich, any final thoughts about the video and the experience in the spring?
I think we've learned a lot. I think we've grown a lot. I think we've all walked in each other's shoes. I think our bonds are much stronger. I think that, as Marla had pointed out, it wasn't just the internal teams, it was the community that reached out to us. It was Northwell that supported us and provided us with information and with materials and with the ability to communicate with each other. We in our ICU never felt alone within the Northwell health system. We were always being updated on what everyone was trying and what everyone was doing. I don't want to see a resurgence, and if there is one, I feel a lot more comfortable about, you know, what our future might be, having been through it one time before.
Yeah, well, I saw firsthand the amazing job you did, Rich, and it was just phenomenal. You and your team, and you provided just amazing leadership. And speaking of leadership, to you, Marla, any final thoughts on the great leadership you provided and your team that did such a great job throughout the first wave of the pandemic?
Thank you, Jim. It was a great team. My final thought really is just thank you. Thank you to all of our staff, our team, our physicians, and to the community.
Well said. We'll leave it at that. I just want to say it's a pleasure working with both of you, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thanks, Jim. Right back at you.
Thank you, Jim, Marla, Rich. What a powerful reminder of what this community went through and is still going through, with your hospital at the center of the fight against COVID. It's no wonder you're motivated to pledge your support right now. Remember, it is as simple as sending a text message to the number on the screen, 914-996-4694. Then type your name, the amount of the pledge, and any short message you want to share with the group. Here we go. Here's a message. Thank you to all the wonderful nurses, doctors, and staff at NWH, especially the terrific team in the emergency department. Evelyn Paltrow, $5,000. Thank you, Evelyn. $500 in honor of Christine and Wensley McKenney and the healthcare heroes at NWH from the Skinner family. Thank you. Judy and Morgan McGrath just pledged $10,000 to say thank you to all of the NWH Corona Warriors. You are the best, they say. We say you are the best. Thank you. Okay, next. Please join me in a warm virtual welcome for Michael Dowling, CEO of Northwell Health.
Good evening and welcome to this extraordinary event. I want to thank you all for your support, your generosity, your encouragement, not just for being with us tonight, but for what you do on an ongoing basis. This has been an extraordinary year. This has been a year that we won't forget too quickly. It will be etched in our memories forever. All of us, not just only those of us who work in healthcare, but everybody in the whole community, because it has affected each and every one of us. But we have so much to be proud of, especially at Northern Westchester Hospital. This is a special place, special history, special legacy, doing unbelievable work, which was demonstrated and displayed during the COVID crisis in a very special way. You're aware that across the health system, across Northwell, we saw well over 85,000 COVID patients, many of them being treated here at Northern Westchester. Many of them that were treated here at this hospital came from other parts of our health system. That we should be proud of because we worked together in unity. The system worked. All of our hospitals, all of our individual entities, all worked together, focusing on a common mission to take care of people to the best we possibly could. And we owe an extensive debt of gratitude to the people who mattered the most during all of this. Those are our staff on the front lines. Their dedication and their courage and their compassion and their resilience and their tenacity was in display each and every day. We should be proud of our leadership here at this hospital. He did a spectacular job working with other people across Northwell. The lives we saved, and we saved a lot of lives, like the wonderful story on the video a few minutes ago. This has also been a special year for Northern Westchester Hospital in another way. This hospital has been changed this year. Changed because this year we added the cath labs. And when you add a cath lab, as you all know very well, to a hospital, it changes that hospital. It elevates it, allows it to do things it never before could do. And this has been a goal of Northern Westchester Hospital for a long time. It's now a reality. So I would say as we go forward, and we're going forward into a new world, we'll be more efficient, we'll be more productive, hopefully we'll be more caring. So if we keep those things in mind and many others, we will go into the future in a very, very positive way. We go into the future with confidence. We go into the future with optimism. We go into the future thinking about what's possible elevating our potential, dreaming about what can happen. And if you're going to dream, you've got to dream big. And knowing the staff here, knowing the support of the people like you, the generosity of the public here, knowing the leadership in this hospital, there are no limits. Everything is possible. Enjoy this evening. Feel good about what we've done, and feel great about what we can do. Thank you again very, very, very much.
The recipe for great care is a combination of talent, technology, research, and passion. At Northern Westchester Hospital, we have all of these elements, thanks to your support. Let's take a deeper look at what we're doing in a few areas of specialty, starting with cardiac care, where we now have sophisticated heart care close to home 24/7, because heart attacks don't wait for business hours.
If somebody is having a heart attack and they are in the Mount Kisco or regional area, instead of being transported long distances to other hospitals, you will be able to come directly to Northern Westchester Hospital. And in cardiology, we have a mantra, which is time is muscle. The shorter the time to open up the vessel, the more muscle you will save.
I cannot tell you the number of patients who have asked me, when is Northern Westchester going to get a cath lab? Why can't you do the procedures at Northern Westchester? And I had to do it at different places. And now we are able to finally do these procedures in a hospital that our patients really love.
We are an extension of Lenox Hill, which means that all of our physicians still rotate through Lenox Hill Hospital.
There have been great advances made in treatment of these diseases, but nothing remains as powerful as when you are having a heart attack, getting to a hospital that can open up your vessel as fast as possible.
When a loved one has cancer, advanced personal care is what each patient needs and wants. Thanks to your generosity, Northern Westchester Hospital offers a unique combination of all of these elements of cancer care, from the best surgeons and oncologists to a health coach, nutrition counseling, and mindful wellness support, and access to clinical trials and genetic testing.
So we have like the friendliness of a community hospital, but with the intellect of a large academic center.
The research program, the genetics program is just growing by leaps and bounds.
Go to the city, get a second opinion, and they come right back for a reason.
That we have our anesthesia colleagues involved in much of the oncologic surgical care that we provide. Again, patient-centered, reduce pain, reduce suffering, improve outcomes, and have patients leave the hospital as soon as possible.
We have a wonderful endowment, and we can offer patients whole care. So we're not treating just their cancer, we're treating the whole patient with alternative therapies.
I cannot begin to convey the type of feedback we get from our patients about the services that are provided and how whole it makes the treatment of cancer.
Surgery is an emotionally and physically intense experience. The right surgeon, the right team, and sophisticated outpatient therapy after surgery are what make an exceptional neurosurgery program. But we have it all, including our newest addition, Dr. David Gordon, coming to us after serving as the director of cranial, vascular, and skull-based neurosurgery at a major academic center in New York.
The hospital in general probably is the busiest neurosurgical program in the county. So between the overall brain and spine cases, we probably do more than any other hospital in Westchester. We have the O-arm, which is an intraoperative CT scanner that allows us to do complex fusions of the spine. We also have that same technology for brain. If you add the Gamma knife and then bringing Dr. Gordon up to do the stroke treatment, we'll have essentially everything we need.
There's been this sea change in stroke care over the recent years, and there's now the ability to intervene on specific patient populations who in the past would have been left with very debilitating neurological problems. These patients can sometimes now walk out of the hospital.
When I'm in the office and I tell my patients I'm going to do your surgery at Northern Westchester Hospital, they breathe a sigh of relief and say, thank God, because I've heard such good things. And then immediately post-op, when I'm visiting them on the first post-operative day, they tell me how great the surgical staff is and can they write a letter and who should they send it to. This is the reason we love to practice at this hospital.
In orthopedics, the name of the game is outcomes, life-changing procedures with low rates of complication and infection. Patients do their homework, and they choose Northern Westchester Hospital surgeons because of their exceptional quality and experience.
We are real pioneers in knee replacement surgery. We have two very sophisticated robots. One is used for partial knee replacements, that's called the Navio, and we have another robot called the Mako robot, which is used for full knee replacement surgery.
So this technology that we have is state of the art and allows us to precisely implant the knee. So we can take into account the tightness and the tension of the ligaments, the muscles, and the tendons which support the knee. It allows us to do a more precise knee replacement than any technology that has been out there to date. So we can get patients out of bed within an hour or two after surgery, on walking aids, and out of the hospital to convalesce at home.
Talent, technology, research, and passion. Northern Westchester Hospital's recipe for excellent care, combined with your support, means we are among the best in the entire country. It also means that even more is yet to come. Wow, what an incredible video and such a powerful team. Hello, we're excited to be with you tonight. We hope you're enjoying the program and thank you for joining us. I'm joined tonight by my colleagues, Dr. Carl Reimers and Kathy Manley-Cullen. Dr. Reimers is the director of our cardiac cath lab, which just officially opened in September. And Kathy is our chief nursing officer. So welcome, Carl and Kathy, this evening.
Thank you.
Doc.
For me, that video really speaks to how we're progressing and the commitment that we're making here at Northern to advancing sophisticated care in our own backyard. And it's exciting to see cardiac, neuro, cancer, orthopedics, and so many other services continue to advance and to continue to have top talent here locally. So Carl, I'm thinking as I watch that video and I'm reflecting on the last 2 months of our cath lab, what most excites you about the program?
Oh, Derek, I'll tell you, we've been planning this for years, and I personally have been involved with this for about 3 years. And it is so exciting. We're actually now around about 6 weeks into doing this. We've already done over 190 cases, which is fantastic. But
wow,
what am I
incredible.
proud of? I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of our doctors. I'm proud of our nurses. I'm proud of our angiographic techs. And I must say that I am so impressed with this hospital and the administration that has been so supportive and welcoming to us. And, it's a great feeling. I've spent 23 years in Manhattan, and this is my home now. So, and let me tell you, we have a terrific team of people who will take care of a community that has been underserved for years.
I couldn't agree more. It's incredible how that team has come together, and it truly takes a village. Thanks, Carl. Kathy, when you think about our specialized services and care, why is it important that these services are close to home?
Thanks for asking that question. I think that our patients, they come to Northern Westchester. It's their preferred place to be. They feel comfortable there. They get great care. Our nurses really are practicing person-centered care, the whole plane tree philosophy. And now we've enhanced it, taken it up another level, have regionalized, specialized services. And I think that's what's important to our community. That's what they've wanted for so long, and we're certainly happy to provide that.
We talk about advancing and sophisticating and higher levels of care. What does that mean for both of you, and how should our community think about that?
I think the thing that really distinguishes us is that this cath lab is an extension of the Lenox Hill Cath Lab, which, Health Grades has ranked in the top 5% nationally for over 6 years now. And what I love about this is we're providing, essentially the highest level of cardiac care that you would see in a tertiary care center in the best places in Manhattan. And yet we're doing it with a community hospital feel. I mean, it's more relaxed, it's more caring, and we take a little bit more time, I think, with the patients, and I love that. That's to me what medicine is all about.
Kathy, what do you think?
I mean, I absolutely agree. For me, I live in this community and people come to me all the time and they say, where can I get different types of care? And the fact that I can say, we do it all at Northern Westchester now, you can come there. And, it's made a difference. It's been a game changer. It's made the staff really feel so good about the care they're delivering, to have the expertise. We've been talking about surgeons, physicians coming, these programs for so long, it feels like now. And now it's a reality. And I think that really has just enhanced the way all of our staff feel about the care they're delivering. And, it's a game changer for us. I really think it is.
Absolutely. So the future is now. And I'm so excited to be able to work with both of you every day. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you to our community for joining us tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your enthusiasm for this great hospital is showing up in your generous pledges. We just got a pledge, $10,000 from Mike and Susie. Susie, Mike, thank you. $350 from Maggie. Maggie, I might butcher your last name, I'm so sorry. Rasiopo, thank you. $100 from John Payne, thank you, John. $10,000 from Carolyn and Stephen Barg. Stephen, Carolyn, thank you so much. And $1,200 from Philip and Liz Adams. Liz, Philip, thank you. I wish I could read all of them. You guys are pretty great at texting your pledges. Keep them coming. I'll give you the number again. It is 914-996-4694. Think about the excellence we have seen and learned about tonight. From one of the top COVID response teams in the country to world-class cardiac, cancer, and surgical care just 10 minutes from your homes. Let's make sure this special hospital continues to offer the best care in the world. Our final message tonight is from Northern Westchester Hospital's Foundation President, the incomparable Kiva Young-Wright.
Good evening, friends. Tonight, we've been dazzled by the stars of our hospital, our healthcare heroes. The doctors, nurses, specialists, and administrators, the entire team who have dedicated their careers to excellence right here in our community. And you are our heroes, whether you gave $1 a pair of gloves, masks, or a pizza this year. You helped these incredible professionals save lives, and you provided moral support that, believe me, is the definition of priceless. More than one nurse has told me that one line written in crayon in a letter from a child kept her going for many hours of heartbreaking and backbreaking work. And of course, your financial support is foundational. You understand that as a nonprofit, we treat people, all people, regardless of their insurance coverage or their ability to pay. Your generosity enables us to continue to operate at the highest levels during the greatest health crisis of our time, and you took care of our incredible team. From daycare for their children to temporary housing for staff who were concerned about going home to immunocompromised loved ones. Tonight, we've spoken of the COVID challenge in reflection. But of course, the increased demand on our hospital is ongoing. Also ongoing is the incredible work we do in all other aspects of routine, emergency, and specialized care. It is worth remembering that tonight is a moment in time. We are still in the midst of a global pandemic, yes, but we're also in the midst of living our lives the best we can, which we are able to do because we have access to the best healthcare. We choose to live in a special place with a very special hospital. You choose to help make that hospital the best of the best. Thank you for making that choice. Your commitment is extraordinary, and that's why our hospital is too. I wish you good night, hoping that next year at this time we will be together in the same room, and knowing that next year at this time we will have many more stories to share of how you made Northern Westchester Hospital a a place of excellence. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Kiva. What an inspiring message to end on. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end of our formal program, and I am delighted to announce that we have raised over $1 million. Thank you so much for your incredible generosity and for being here tonight. If you haven't had a chance to text your pledge, you still can. The number below, 914-996-4694, will be open all night. What a pleasure it has been to be with you to honor the healthcare heroes of Northern Westchester Hospital. I hope you were as touched as I was by the chance to get to know these heroes and to hear from them directly about what they have been through, what they are going through, and what they are working on every day for you. You may want to share tonight's program and its touching videos with friends and neighbors, and you will be able to do that. Just watch for an email from us tomorrow with a link that you can share. But for now, it's time to let loose and dance. We've got a live DJ ready to rock your house. So, raise a glass to the people you're with, enjoy all the great photo booth selfies that have come in through the night, and dance, dance, dance. To your health, everyone. Cheers.